Hey, welcome back. If you guys have been following along since I started making videos earlier this year, you'll remember back in March I put out a video with my whole plan for the season. Um, One of my plans was to renovate the backyard here. As nice as it looks on video, it there's a lot of poa back here. There's a lot of mixed grass. There's some poa, a lot of poa annua, some poa trivialis. I think some bank grass, some nimbleweed. It's a mixture of all kinds of things. And so I want to change that. But in order to do that, I want to change some things completely in the backyard. And part of that was to get my sprinkler system working. When I bought this house 6 years ago, it already had one here. The backyard hasn't worked the whole time. I've managed to get it kind of working, locate the sprinkler heads, but I've got to move a bunch. And then I've got some other things going on, and I'll show you here in just a minute. So one of the things I've got going is I have my travel trailer here that I've kept in the backyard for quite a while, and I don't want to keep it there anymore. I want to be able to use that area for some grass. But part of that is I need to make this pad, whoever built it originally must have just had a boat or something. It's not very long, so I need to add about 11 feet to it. So that's part of what I'm doing. Let me show you here. Okay, so as you can see, here's the edge of my current RV pad, and the trailer hangs way out over it, so I'm extending this out about 11 feet. I've got some concrete coming in a couple of days. In fact, by the time you see this video, it will be actually the next day after. And I'm going to get this poured. No, I'm not doing rebar or rock or anything like that. It's just a place to put my travel trailer. Where my travel trailer was back here, up to the shed. Well, I'm going to make all this up to about 3 feet off this fence. I'm going to make all this more grass, and then I'll show you what's going on over here. But one of the problems I had is the existing sprinkler system. While there's a sprinkler right around here, there was one right here, and that pipe ran all the way through here up to the sprinkler head. Well, obviously I don't want that underneath the RV pad, so I had to dig that up, and I'm going to move it over here. But that gives you an idea what's going on here. So I'm going to add about 300 square feet of turf here, and then over on this side, I'll show you here in a minute, it'll be about another 200 square feet. I'm really kind of excited to do this. I've got everything set up to drain properly and all that, but that will be in a coming video. I'll get this poured and let it dry so I can start putting the travel trailer back along the side of the house. Alright, so here's the other side. So what I'm going to do is, we had some raised garden beds here that I took out a couple months ago, and we're going to put a planter along here, along this side of the house, and another one across the back. But the rest of it, I'm going to reseed that and get some grass back in there. Then of course the RV pad, and then this is where the travel trailer was, and we're going to make all this grass again, and I'm probably going to put, I don't know, another planter along the edge of the fence there. But one of the other things I need to do is, let me show you here. So one of the other things I need to do is this downspout that drains off the roof. That drain pipe comes out this way a little bit, goes underneath the pavers, works its way along here, comes out to here, goes under the fence and out to the street to drain. Somewhere right around where that white mark is, it's plugged up. It's not draining very fast, so I'm going to dig that up and try and figure out where the plug is and fix it. But while I've got that dug up, hopefully I get the angle right. But a couple years ago I added, fix this. A couple years ago I added a patio cover, and I need to tie it into this downspout so it'll just run out the street instead of creating a rut draining down through here. So let's get started on that. Alright, so all I've really found is a sprinkler line that runs over to the valve box. And I'm thinking that drain pipe is probably pretty deep because it has to get through the sidewalk. So I'm going to try a different plan here. Alright, so kind of a change in plans. I took the downspout out, went to see where the pipe goes, and it looks like it runs about a foot over here and then probably turns, goes over here. And if it's dropping properly, it's going to be much less digging here. And plus, that's kind of where I want to tie into it. So I'm going to dig around here and see what I can find. Well, as much as I don't want to, I think I'm going to have to pull these pavers up and find the pipe there because I've gone down about 2 feet and I don't see it. So I guess I'll just pull these up. Okay, so I dug this up over here, found where it goes down, down, tees off, goes underneath the pavers, and I managed to find it. Let's see if I can get this with the sun a little bit better. And I managed to find it the hard way, about 2 feet down in there. So that is probably where I'm going to tee it and run it 12 feet over here to the downspout. So instead of boring you a whole lot with this, I'll just kind of time-lapse things as they go. Hold on a minute. Alright, well, I didn't record anything yesterday because, it was just nothing but a bunch of hard digging. I did run into a couple issues, though, and this project's turning out to be a bigger nightmare than I ever expected. Oh, let me just show you. Alright, so that's the drainage pipe that I broke. I cut it out, and then I know the plug going out to the street is down that way somewhere. So I tried running my garden hose down here, and that didn't unplug it. So somewhere on the other side of the fence there, it's still plugged up or collapsed. So I'm going to have to dig that up when I'm done with this. But I'm going to put the T right there and run it over to that downspout. But in the process of doing that, I knew that this sprinkler was right here, and I want to bring it out here eventually. And so I knew that line was there. What I didn't know was the 1-inch main water line for the sprinkler system was there. As you can see right there, I broke it. And when I broke it, it flooded the whole pit and made a great big mess. But I'll fix it. Makes for more content, right? And I also clipped the wire that goes over to the valve controller, but I didn't damage it, so I just taped it back up. But eventually, I want this drain to come down here, run over there, and out to the street. So that's kind of what my goal in this part of the project is. But this is turning into a bigger project than I expected. And because of that, I'm going to make this video take, I don't know, however long it takes. 2 or 3 videos, 1 video. There's a lot to do back here, so I'm going to try and break it up into different things. But for this week, I think that'll be it. I'll give you an update next week. If you want to see how this goes, hit the subscribe button. Should be right there, I believe it is. And I'll put another video out next week, see how this is going. And I do know that here in a couple days, another thing I'm going to add to what I got going on is I'm going to get this concrete here poured. So I'm hoping that this will go a little smoother once I get past this hard part of this this drain. But you know, I'm not too worried about any damage I do to the lawn back here, because honestly, in a couple weeks, I'm just going to kill it all off and start over. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button if you like what you saw, and we'll see you in the next video.